Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a cycle of poverty, no matter how hard you try to break free? It's a feeling that can weigh heavy on your shoulders, as if you're pushing a boulder uphill. This struggle, my friends, stems from what we call a poverty mindset, a set of beliefs and attitudes that can keep you trapped in a cycle of financial instability. It's like being in a maze, where every turn seems to lead to a dead end. But don't lose hope, because understanding these traps is the first step to navigating your way out of this maze. The poverty mindset isn't about the lack of resources, but rather the lack of resourcefulness. It's about how you view money, success, and your own self-worth. In this series, we've been uncovering the traps of a poverty mindset, one by one. Be sure to go check out the first video in this series. Let's explore the 9th trap in our series, seeking instant gratification. Consider the story of Tom, who always bought the latest gadgets, never thinking about the long-term effects on his budget. Tom, like many of us, fell into the trap of instant gratification, the desire to experience pleasure or fulfillment without delay. It's like a child in a candy store, eyes wide, mouth watering, reaching for the sweetest, brightest treat on the shelf, without a thought of the tummy ache that might follow. Now imagine that candy is the latest iPhone, designer clothes, or the trendiest shoes. The immediate satisfaction feels good, right? But what about the long-term impact on your financial health? Every dollar spent on these instant gratifications is a dollar less invested in your future. It's a dollar less for education, for a down payment on a home, for retirement. It's a quick fix that can lead to a lasting problem. So next time you're tempted by that shiny new gadget, remember Tom's story. Let's move to the 10th trap, the dependency on a single income stream. Imagine Maria, a single mother who relied solely on her job to pay all her bills, but what happens when that job is gone? This is the reality for many who fall into the 10th poverty mindset trap, dependency on a single income stream. Maria, like many others, dedicated herself to a single job, believing it to be her only source of income. However, when she lost that job, she found herself in a financial crisis, struggling to make ends meet. This scenario paints a clear picture of the dangers of relying solely on one income source. It's like putting all your eggs in one basket. If that basket breaks, all the eggs are lost. In the same way, if your single income stream dries up, your financial stability is threatened. Diversifying your income sources not only provides a safety net, but also opens up opportunities for financial growth. By the way, if you would like to learn step-by-step how to generate multiple streams of income through building your very own YouTube channel, where you don't even have to show your face, then check out the link in the comments and description of this video for more information. Next, we tackle the 11th trap, the fear of failure. Meet James, who had a brilliant business idea but never pursued it because he was scared of failing. This fear, the 11th poverty mindset trap, is not uncommon. Picture this. James, a dedicated and hardworking individual, stumbles upon an innovative business concept. He spends countless nights refining his idea, sketching out plans, and dreaming about the potential success. But he never takes the leap. He's paralyzed by the fear of failure, the what-ifs, and the potential for disappointment. This fear keeps James in his comfort zone, stuck in the cycle of poverty. It's the fear of making mistakes, of not being perfect, of being criticized, and ultimately, of not being good enough. But remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every successful person has failed numerous times. It's through these failures that we learn, grow, and ultimately find success. Now let's discuss the 12th trap, having a limited vision. Let's talk about Lisa, who never believed she could rise above her current situation. Lisa, like many of us, has frequently fallen into the 12th poverty mindset trap, limited vision. She has always seen her life as a fixed path, with no room for improvement or growth. For Lisa, her financial circumstances were predetermined, and no amount of effort could change them. This trap of limited vision is akin to looking at the world through a narrow pipe. It blurs the broader picture and only allows us to focus on a small, restricted view. It prevents us from seeing the endless possibilities and opportunities available to us. It hinders our financial growth and keeps us locked in a cycle of poverty. But here's the catch. Our vision is not limited by our circumstances, but by our mindset. By expanding our vision, we can see beyond our current situation and work towards financial success. Next up, the 13th trap, the victim mentality. Consider the case of Jack, who always blamed others for his financial struggles. Jack, like many, was caught in the trap of the victim mentality. This mindset is characterized by the tendency to blame external circumstances or other people for one's own financial situation, rather than taking personal responsibility. Jack believed he was merely a pawn, tossed about by the turbulent tides of life, with no control over his financial destiny. This perspective, however, is fundamentally flawed. We are not mere victims of circumstance. We have the power to make choices and decisions that shape our financial future. Jack's story serves as a reminder that we must overcome this victim mentality. We must acknowledge our role in our financial situation and take proactive steps to improve it. Only then can we truly break free from the limiting bonds of financial poverty. Let's move on to the 14th trap: negative self-talk. Think about Sarah, who was always telling herself she was too poor to ever become wealthy. Sarah's story is a classic case of the 14th poverty mindset trap: negative self-talk. This is when we consistently tell ourselves negative things, limiting our own potential. It's like having a nagging critic in our minds, constantly doubting our abilities and undermining our self-confidence. Sarah, for instance, believed she was destined to be poor. This belief was so ingrained in her mind that it affected her decisions. She rejected opportunities that could have led to financial growth, convinced they were too good to be true or beyond her reach. Negative self-talk is a dangerous trap because it can be self-perpetuating. The more we tell ourselves we can't achieve something, the less likely we are to try. And the less we try, the less chance we have of succeeding. So, let's learn from Sarah's story. Let's challenge our negative self-talk, replace it with positive affirmations, and open ourselves up to possibilities. Next, we tackle the 15th trap: not seeking help. Meet Alex, who is drowning in debt but too proud to ask for help. You see, Alex held a common misconception that asking for help is a sign of weakness, a poverty mindset trap that kept him stuck in a cycle of financial strain. He believed he could handle his financial woes alone, but the truth was he needed guidance. Imagine a ship lost at sea. The captain may have all the skills to navigate, but without a map or compass, he's just drifting aimlessly. This was Alex, adrift in a sea of debt without a financial compass to guide him. Eventually, Alex realized the importance of seeking help. He swallowed his pride, reached out to a financial advisor, and started to learn about budgeting and investing. His journey towards financial freedom began the moment he admitted he needed help. And if you are getting value from our content, be sure to share and subscribe for more empowering info. Finally, let's discuss the 16th trap: a lack of gratitude. Consider the case of Emily, who was always focused on what she didn't have instead of appreciating what she did. This is a classic example of the poverty trap of a lack of gratitude. Emily's story is not unique. Many of us spend our days wishing we had more, better, different, rather than taking stock of the abundance that already exists in our lives. This mindset keeps us locked in a cycle of dissatisfaction, always chasing after the next big thing. It blinds us to the opportunities that are right in front of us. Remember, gratitude is not just an attitude, it's a habit that can be cultivated. It involves recognizing the many blessings in our lives and being grateful to Yahweh, the source of all blessings. By shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have, we can create a sense of abundance. This shift in perspective can have a profound impact on our financial success. Now that we've identified these traps, which one will you work on first? Remember, identifying these poverty mindset traps is the first step towards financial freedom. We've discussed 8 more traps today, including the pitfalls of instant gratification, the dangers of a single income stream, and the crippling effects of fear of failure. We've also talked about the limitations of a narrow vision, the self-defeating victim mentality, the destructive power of negative self-talk, the importance of seeking help, and the role of gratitude. Each of these is a potential barrier to your financial success, but by recognizing them, you empower yourself to confront and overcome them. Breaking free from these traps is not a one-time event, but a continuous journey of self-improvement and growth. It's about replacing old, unhelpful habits with new, empowering ones. So, let us know in the comments. Which of these traps will you work on first? Until next time, stay focused, stay productive, stay fruitful.